carrying my groceries out to my car?
Sure.
I need you to carry that out to my car.
Okie dokie.
All right.
How was your day?
How you doing tonight, Connor?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
Put in that front seat right there.
Okie dokie.
What's the biggest tip you ever got?
Oh, geez. Me and this guy found a 20 in a water puddle, and he picked it up and handed it to me and said, "Here's your tip." Well, thank you.
Merry Christmas. 50
Merry
bucks.
Christmas. Well, thank
Hold
you.
it. Hold it just a minute. There's two more guys in there. What's their names?
Kendon and Taylor.
All right, there's 20 each for them.
Okie dokie.
Tell them Merry Christmas from Dead Car Rescue. I used to be a checker at Cecil's Supermarket in 1973. My biggest tip was $5 from a little lady in a Cadillac. I always wanted to do that. Before you start jumping up and down saying, man, look at there what Steve's got. You know, you can't tell by the front end how many doors it's got on it. But since I mentioned that, you're gonna say, oh, it's a 4-door. Well, 4-door Steve is my name. Let's take a look at it. Looks good in the front, don't it? Fairly good. It's got a 307 engine. I figure that's what came in it, because it says 307 right there. It's got an aluminum intake, manifolds, just about as plain as you can get. It's got power steering, and that's it. No power brakes, no air conditioning, barely got a heater in it. And it's all there, and the motor is not stuck. And I just took a chance on it and bought it. I don't know if it's gonna run. It's got a little bit of rust here and there. And there's no keys with it. I bought it with no keys, truck or door or switch. Now when I was pulling it up on the trailer, I didn't know it, but I was dragging a tree with me. So that's what's left of the tree that was kind of hooked to the back bumper. So yeah, look at there. It's pretty bad. This would be a, I don't know what, parts car. For a 2-door. It's got 5,788 miles. That means, looking at the brake pedal, got audio box stereo in it. Headliner's gone. It's pretty much a parts car. So let's just get it in there in the shop and see if we can get her running. I'll have to take that switch out somehow or another and do something with that. I got a few keys I'm gonna try, but we'll get it in the shop. We'll see what we can do with it in there. Well, I noticed something. This has got an electronic ignition distributor. This car didn't come out with electronic ignition distributor. It came out with points. It didn't come out with a dirt dauber nest either. It must have got in through that little hole right there. It got a little nest here, a nest there on the filter. And a nest on top of the carburetor. Now I did notice they put that aluminum intake on it. They used an adapter plate underneath. So that might be like a quadrajet intake for the quadrajet carburetor. Kind of like kind of like this one right here. But Edelbrock will not fit on that because it doesn't seal off unless you put an adapter on it. And I've got a few adapters hanging on the wall here. All the plug wires look good as far as not being chewed up by varmints. The die-hard battery, or Duralast. The Duralast battery probably doesn't last. I'm gonna get the vacuum cleaner a hold of some of that varmint nest there. I got a little bit up here too. Now look, this has been sitting out a long time. Look at these wiper blades and stuff. Yeah, that's been out there a long time. Always got to have the right tool for the job. In Arkansas, it could be a crescent wrench, a pair of wire pliers, something like that. Okay, we got the battery on, but we still don't have a way to turn the key switch. So now we're going to have to work on that. I do not have a key to fit it. I tried every key I had in my little arsenal of keys. So, oh, I got something. Got some lights come on. Yes. I'm going to try to break that dirt dauber dust out of there the easiest way we can without letting a lot of the crumbs fall down in the carburetor. It's pretty crummy. Suck it out with a vacuum cleaner. Hopefully that didn't pump a lot of gas in there as much as we turned it over. I don't know what that gas in the tank's gonna look like, but I guarantee you it's not gonna look like gas that comes out of the pump. There we go. I don't know if it's got fire or getting fire or not to the spark plugs. What we're gonna do is just pour some gas in it and find out. Okay, what do you say, guys? Gals? Is it gonna start right off the bat? Is it not? I say it's not. We'll find out. Okay, I think we got it. hooked up, so duh. There it is. Okay, we got fire. All right, now let's shoot a little bit of gas down in it and try it again. We changed the module, changed the distributor cap, the coil, rotor button. We'll see. Clear the prop. Okay, everybody, I got this used distributor, okay? The distributor that's in that car, in that Chevelle, I cannot get it to work for some reason. And we got this old one, I got it from a friend of mine, and he just gave it to me. I said, come get it. He said it worked when the last time he used it. It come out of a running car. So we're gonna take it apart and kind of look at it and see what it looks like inside. Give you a better idea of how a distributor works and all that stuff. It's got 4 little hold down screws. A regular screwdriver fits it better than a Phillips. So use a regular screwdriver when you take one of these off. Even though it's got four ways on it, just like a Phillips screwdriver doesn't work. Okay, all you do is lift it off. Now I've told you about the little tabs. This little tab right here. Ooh, that's nasty inside. Look at that. Ew, I hope that thing ain't been in water. It's got sticks in it. Yeah, it doesn't look too good. Okay, but what I'm going to show you, this little tab right here fits in that little tab. See that little indent? This tab will fit down in that indent and hold your distributor in the correct position. We're going to just set it down there, I'll show you. See, it will not turn. Once you get it in there, it will not turn. This is where these little lugs fit behind. And you can always see it's got a kind of a thick knob here and a kind of a sliding knob here. That's so you turn this clockwise instead of counterclockwise. It's made to go clockwise when you turn these to tighten them and counterclockwise to loosen them, okay? You can see that right there. Rotor button right here. Chevrolet goes clockwise. That Pontiac went counterclockwise. That's the way the distributor turns. But we're going to take this rotor button off, get a better look at the inside of that and see what it looks like, and blow it out and clean it up a little bit. I know a lot of you guys know all this stuff already, but for the guys out there that's just now working on something like an old car for the first time, this will come in handy. Now the rotor button, see this little tab right there? That little tab fits on this. Watch this. That's the way it sits down on there. Kind of like this hole here. Kind of the same principle, but you could turn it around here. There's no tab on this side, so that's where this side sits. Anyway, we're going to clean it up the best we can. When this thing was new, it had this little piece here separating these two wires so they could never touch each other. But this is old, very old, and it's not going to work. So we just throw this away, cross our fingers, and hope the wires don't ever connect with each other, and we'll be fine, I think. We're just going to clean it up a little bit. Out of here. I'm going to see if we can make this thing work on the bench as far as turning the gear and making a spark. I've never done that before, but I think I'm going to try and see if I can get that to work. This rotor button actually looks better than this one. That one's bent, so we're not going to use the white one, the one that come off this distributor. So all right. Okay. Where's the little tab? Right here. There. Okay. Now we got that back on. Okay, what we're going to need to make this work is we're going to need a spark plug wire, we're going to need a spark plug, and we're going to need a battery for power. So let's get all that stuff set up. We'll see if we can't make this thing do a spark on the workbench. There's a spark plug. Now, we got to ground this out to something. So we're going to ground it out to this so we can see if we got a spark coming right here. There. Okay, got to have a ground from this to this. Booster cables will work. I'm going to put this positive on the positive post of the battery. Put the negative to the negative post on the battery. I'm going to take the other ends here, see if we got a spark. Yep. We're going to hook this onto this, so I know I got contact. If I hook this on there, it's going to pull down on that wire. So we're going to hook this to this, the other end. We're just going to lay it over here, out of the way. Now, we need ground to this. Let's get a test light. Make sure we got fire coming to there. Let's find out if we got any fire. Yes. Okay. See if we got ground. Yes. Okay, now, when I turn this shaft, if this distributor is working, it will shoot a spark right here, the spark plug. Let's see if it does it. Spark? Spark? Can you see that? That's sparking. There you go. That's a good distributor now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this distributor and take the old one out, put this one down in it. It's ready to go. And that's how you bench test a distributor. I've never done this before. Never had to. But we just found out we can do it. I'm going to throw these battery cables away. Do you want these? You guys want these? All you got to do is get new ends for them. I'm sure that's aluminum wire in there or something. These are going in the trash. And we're just going to go ahead and take all the plug wires off. Get those out of the way so we can pull that distributor up out of there and won't have nothing to interfere with us doing that. You guys can do this too once you do it a couple of times. It just takes trial and error to figure this out sometimes, you know. When I first started working on these cars, I didn't know what I was doing. Just like you don't, if you never tried it, you don't know what you're doing, but you're learning. And once you learn, you're a professional like me. I take that with a grain of salt. Now we are going to pull the cap off of it so we can see where the rotor button is pointing, and I'll show you the reason for that in just a second. All right. Okay, the rotor button is pointing that way. We're going to get it, we're going to bump the motor over where it's pointing toward the firewall here. Then we're going to make us a mark to show where this is turning, is pointing to when we pull it out. When the new distributor sets down in here, it's got to actually point toward this little mark. Alright, what we're going to do is mark us a little mark. That way we'll know where this point is pointing to. When we put the other distributor in, we're going to try our best to get it right there at that mark right there. That thing's been in there a while. And what it does, if you don't use that little timing mark, if you don't use that, you'll get your distributor out of time. You just can't stick it anywhere. It's got to go down about where it was. That's real important, okay? Okay, here's a new distributor. Now, this vacuum advance had this hose hooked onto it on the other one. So it's got to be over here. You can't put this vacuum over there. It's got to be right around this area right here. Okay, we're gonna stick it down in there and see how it works. Look at there. I need to pull that out and make sure I got a gasket on that. Before I put that together, I didn't even look. Okay. Good thing we looked, because it didn't have a gasket. You see the gasket I put on. I use this. I just put a little bit around the edges and put that on there and let it seal up. It'll kind of hold that gasket up there. And when you pull it off again, it'll still be stuck to the distributor. So just don't put glue on both sides. That doesn't work right. Okay, we'll stab this thing again. Now, see how loose that distributor is? Okay. It's where it needs to be. It's pointing here, okay? But if I put it in there right now and bump that motor over, this distributor would fall down. So there, see? Now it went on down in there. Got lucky that time. It's not right on it, but it's close enough. Now if it was way over here or way over here, you'd have to pull it up and try it again. Now we can stick our hold down bolt and hold the distributor down. Back on. Now, we plug up the distributor wires to the distributor cap. I've left this off before. The doggone car wouldn't start and I couldn't figure out why. Duh. Okay, now, this is the second spark plug power from where the plug-in goes. 1, 2. So that's where number 1's going to be. All right. That's the firing order. And we're going to take our hot wire and just plug it right in to the wire going to the distributor. It's a one-wire distributor is what they call that. And what they mean is the coil and everything is in the cap. You don't have a coil on the outside of the motor. It's built in the cap. You could even buy one for a Ford that's got a coil on the side, on the outside for the coil wire. You can buy one of these to fit a Ford. It's a one-wire distributor. I'm going to squirt some gas down his throat. We're going to hook the hot wire up to the battery terminal on the distributor. We're going to hit the starter to see if it'll start. It should, but we don't know. If we don't know, there might be other things wrong with this car besides what we can see. So let's just cross our fingers and see if it starts this time. By the way, the distributor may not be right. Let's fire it up, maybe. Let's see. Clear, pop. Well, looky there, looky there. All right, now it's hard to start. Remember, it was when I was trying to start, it's kicking back, going. On a Chevrolet, if the distributor is too high, if the timing's too high, you turn it back toward the firewall, and that will pretty much take it out. I notice this coil's getting hot already. Let's try it again. Gotta open the door first. Gotta be proactive. Now this was a fire disaster that didn't happen. Thank you, Lord. I didn't even see that. Oh, look, we're pumping gas. Whoo-wee. Let's see what that looks like. That's good. It means the fuel pump's working. You know, actually, it doesn't smell that bad. It doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna say it's good. Okay, everybody, it's 2 days after Christmas. I took a little break from working on this thing so I could spend time with the family. So, look what I got. Got a new tripod. My wife bought that for me for Christmas. Also got a jacket, work jacket. It says Dead Car Rescue on it. My wife got that for me. And the kids got me a lot of other stuff. So, I had a good one. I hope you did too. Okay, now what we're gonna do to this thing today, I've already put 5 gallons of gas on the trunk, and I used my Arkansas credit card. That's what we call an Arkansas credit card, and put 5 gallons of gas in the tank. I don't know if the tank is that bad. I think it's okay, but oh, what we gonna do? I mean, we're gonna try it. If it works, it works. If it pumps clean gas up, that's fine. Ooh, I hate to change gas tanks. And they're expensive too on some cars. But we've got fresh gas coming to it. We're gonna prime it, and then we're gonna start her up. And we are gonna raise that shop door, because you've seen all the smoke coming here from the last time we tried to start it. That stuff will kill you, folks. If you're old like me, especially, that stuff will kill you. That smoke, that rust, that soot that comes out of these old cars, it's dangerous for an older person. I'm not that old. I'm just 69, but my lungs ain't what they used to be. And all the years of sucking fumes and all that stuff, that's not good for a guy like me. Also, my hearing's bad from all the loud motors and the loud noises and stuff like that. So if you got good ears, wear ear protection. Those little plugs or whatever. Stick cotton balls in your ear. I don't know. Okay, let's pour some gas in the carburetor and try to prime it up. First thing we're gonna do is put gasoline in that fuel line hose. Where's my finger at? We're gonna put gasoline in that fuel line hose, take it loose in the carburetor, put gasoline in it, and prime that fuel pump. Okay. Now, gasoline. I'm gonna squirt some in here, even though it's showing it's got gas. Okay, I'm gonna raise the door and we'll give her a try. Clear, prop. Clear, prop again. It's not pumping any gas for some reason. Well, crap. Why does the bad stuff always happen to me? Ew. Yeah. So it do need cleaning up. And we're going to do it. We're going to clean it up. Take the jets out, make sure they're clean. And then we're going to make sure everything works, like the needle valve and the seat. Then we're going to put it all back together. Let's see what we can do with it. Ladies and gentlemen, that carburetor's put back together. It's not happy. Okay, well, the Edelbrock carburetor, I think, is my problem. So I put another Edelbrock carburetor on it. It came off of a motor I've had in the shop here for about a year or two. Haven't run it, never heard it run, or never heard it work. So we're gonna roll the dice and see what it does with this one. Let's go. Okay, no carburetor seems to work. Those Edelbrocks, I don't know if it's a carburetor or not, but every one of them's pretty much doing the same. Running real rough, and I've got a Quadrajet carburetor right here. This came off the $800 race truck. It was working fine, idling good. We're gonna just stick it on there and see what it does. Because, like I say, we ain't having no luck with those those Edelbrock carburetors. So I'm about to the end of my rope. Don't know what else to do but try something like that. All right, I'm going to say that carburetor was the problem. Okay, we're going to leave the quadrajet on it. And we're going to hook all that up where it will work. And we're also going to tune it up. We're going to go ahead and put some new plug wires and plugs in it. See if that helps it. Okay, everybody, I did not change the plug wires. I'm going to go ahead and start her up, because if they run good with those old plug wires on there, I'm going to leave them on, because every penny I put into this thing is going to cost me more. I do have new plugs in it, though. I didn't let you guys sit here and watch me do that. You've probably seen people put plugs in 1,000,000 times. There's nothing to it. Screw them out, screw them in, that's it. Clear, prop. We're going to get it out of the shop and maybe do a burnout. How about that? If it'll do it, without any brakes now. Just like the Pontiac. I used reverse to stop it as I was rolling. Put it back in drive, keep it from going backwards. Once it takes gear, put it in neutral, rev it up a little bit, slam it down in gear, and do a burnout. Thank you for the likes, guy. You got. Okay, everybody, that's going to do it for this week's video. I want to thank each and one. Cut. I hope we can keep cranking these. If you got any ideas you want me to do, you want me to run them into each other, I don't know. Set them on fire, burn them, crash them, whatever you think. Whatever you guys think. And I hope 2025 will be a good year for all of us. Hopefully we'll all be around next year. All year. Until next Christmas. Until next Christmas. Cut. You just don't find them. But if any of you guys interested in this thing, give me a cut. We got to get some brakes on either one of the... Okay, everybody. Okay, everybody, that's pretty much going to do it for this week's video. We did get the 68 Chevelle running. Had to change that Edelbrock carburetor and those adapters to a Quadrajet. But it's running fine now. We still ain't got no brakes on it. We don't know what we're going to do about that. May never drive it again. I don't know. Might pull the motor out and stick it in an old truck or something. But I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers. And thank you all for watching my videos. And putting the like button, I like that. That helps me out on my videos. So keep watching, keep subscribing. We've been doing this just a little over a year. And we've done pretty good now. We got, I don't know how many, 6,000, almost 7,000 subscribers. And that's not bad. So there's always a big truck or something coming by when I'm doing this, doing these outros. So there goes a truck, there's another truck. Oh well, that's part of it. See y'all in the next video. God bless. Have a great 2025.